target to go. Tornadoes and Warriors. And begins now right here on Storm Lake Radio. Sanchez with it. He'll pass it over as that goes to Morales. Now over on to the attacking third. Warriors start on the right attacking third as this will be sent back over and a quick twist in was falling to the grass is with weeks.
Good luck.
Warriors moving quickly here to start things off. Tornadoes. And they're open. As Army Warriors, both of these Tornadoes get a bonus home game. As that's going to be lofted out towards the center and go out of bounds. It'll actually stay with the Tornadoes. Maybe a little bit of a fortunate bounce there. Looking to throw it in as it's going to be Martinez. That's off of the Warriors. Tornadoes. Martinez will just move a little closer to the corner. 38-52. Martinez. Oxfires passes it in. That's going to go to Orpeza. Comes the goalkeeper. Pushed over to Erdman. Now bounds from the Tornadoes. Goes now. And keep it on the attacking side of the field. Sanchez with it. This will be a Choust the ball or Peza back. And now here come the Warriors. And a quick move. It's Marquez. Octavio Marquez does get stopped. Boy, Marquez is quick. Now a good battle there with Marquez. As when we pass going to left flank, Tornadoes just kind of left it sitting there. This will end up over to Sanchez. Sanchez with it. Just about to midfield. Tornadoes now trying to push a nice move near the circle, pushing it to the near side now, trying to pass it through. Instead, it's going to go out of bounds. And a bit of a tumble there over the soccer goal was the junior Alan Ruiz. Here's Hernandez passing it in. Tornadoes stepping on the out of bounds line. I'm trying to settle it back as the Tornadoes and Warriors do battle as trying to race his way down there. Zumaga, he can't quite get there. Tornadoes unable to keep it, and now it'll be pushed up ahead for Lopez. Lopez gives it a kick. Tornadoes able to do a nice job and keep it near the center circle. So they pushed over to Orpeza. Off a deflection and out of bounds. That hit Francisco Salas hard. Tornadoes now. Trying a nifty pass there. Somebody kicked out of bounds, so the Tornadoes again are able to keep the ball. Getting ready to pass it in again will be Brian Martinez. Martinez will pass it in. It's initially taken away, and now the Warriors do take it away. This will be bounced over to Gonzalez, and now trying to race over to the boundaries. Ruiz, he's going to kick it up ahead, and here comes Octavio Marquez. Marquez on the right flank. Now he's into the box, and now it's going to be centered. Different Warrior over there. Trying to settle it out, takes a shot. That's going to be rifled wide. Good centering opportunity. There defensively, Carlos Lopez makes the stop. Tornadoes, and now they turn it over right in front. Shot from the top crossbar, no good. Boy, the Tornadoes dodge a bullet there. As this is going to be a couple players falling to the ground. Defensive series. Tornadoes get the job done, and with the help of the top crossbar in the process. Sanchez. Now it's going to be, oh boy, Tornadoes just missed an opportunity for a run out. As that's going to be Zaninga. He's going to pass it back. That's going to end up right to the side of the box. It's going to be Sanchez. Now players colliding as the Warriors and the Tornadoes do battle. Slips it towards the center. Tornadoes have to regroup. That's going to be Melendez coming back. Melendez shifts it over. Here's a shot wide. Back in goal is Logan Foltz, the freshman goalkeeper for the Warriors. The white-orange jersey. 34-25. It is the Warriors and Tornadoes tied at 0. A near miss moments ago when the crossbar kept a goal out for the Tornadoes. Warriors had a good-looking chance. Couldn't quite get it to go. That's going to be right at the top of the box. And now turns around. Strong kick is settling back, racing out the goalie. He'll do just that to get rid of it. Joshua Reyes. As the lights come on here at Tornado Field. Tornadoes and Warriors tied at 0. Jose Orpeza take the kick here, 33-33. Orpeza with the run-up. Lofts it up towards the goal. Out comes the goalie. Boy, what a job to just reach up and make the catch. Logan Foltz did a heck of a job. And he does end up making the play there. And now, big collision there, landing hard on the backside. Was Adriel Melendez. Landing hard out in front of the top of the box was a Warrior. That was early. But physicality at its finest. Nice play by Foltz to make the stop. He'll roll it over to his teammates and he'll come out of the box out towards the right flank and nudged ahead towards midfield. Turning it around. Nice play as Sanchez settles it back to Hernandez. Out toward midfield and the Warriors far back and forth, and this is going to be lobbed back out. Coming out is the goalie again, makes the underhand catch as Joshua Reyes. That's in the black uniform out there. Near center circle and turns around and a whistle. See if it goes the way of the Tornadoes. It does not. 32 minutes to go, first half, no score. Tornadoes and Warriors. American kick and a nice little bicycle, half bicycle, I guess you could say, as here's Octavio. He's back at it. Octavio Marquez trying to put on the moves. Tornadoes not able to stop them, and that's going to go against Derek Hernandez. Rodriguez putting on the moves. Now getting ready to kicker will be Alan Ruiz. Just outside the right flank. Joshua Reyes, the goalie. Here's the kick. It's going to arc towards the middle of the box. Header. I believe that was a Tornado that got a head on there. And they'll turn it back the other way. Up off a deflection. Back out. But it is going to be the Warriors keeping it in the attacking third. Into the attacking third as Tornadoes turn around, deflected off a teammate, and right now with some fancy movement from Zaninga, and he'll turn it over off a deflection, and sitting there right at the top of the box, Tornadoes able to get the stop. Here's Zaninga. Passing around the Reyes, and now up ahead, it's going to be a foot race. Can the Tornadoes get there? It's outside the box, puts on a move, and he's going to just get caught up by his own feet. A chance there, but could not get it to go, was Munoz. This will come out towards center. And now a good battle there is Ryan Martinez near midfield. Warriors settle it now at the circle, and this will be kicked back up ahead. Collision there, went off the head of Zanega. Pulling back is Foltz. To the near side flank. Settled back to Hernandez. To Hernandez now. We're trying to lock it up ahead. Tornadoes have a 2-on-1 of sorts. Having trouble with it right in front of the box. Trying to hold on to it. They're just going to have to kick it out of bounds. Boy, right there, it was Ryan Ramos hanging on for dear life for the Warriors. Now a corner kick for the Tornadoes. And the run-up, that's going to be arced up in front. Header down. Oh, save. Wow, what a save by Logan Fultz. Tornadoes had a header. It looked like it had a chance of going in. This is going to be spun around. Here's Cardenas. Now passing up ahead. That's going to go to Gonzalez. Gonzalez down, trying to settle it back. Still no score, 29 minutes to go here in the opening half. Shot too high. Chances have been there for both teams. Sioux Center nearly scored, but the crossbar was made the save for the Tornadoes. This will come near the boundary, and it's going to be a Tornadoes to pass it in. Munoz will bounce it to his teammate. It'll be Hernandez. Derek Hernandez to pass it in. He'll do just that. It'll bounce in front of Ocasa. Ocasa now throwing it over across the way to Melendez. It'll come up ahead and it'll angle its way towards the boundary. And Sioux Center, I was trying to watch it, and now a very delayed whistle is an effort there from the Tornadoes. I believe that was Fernando Reyes. Came over and just letting it sit there with Erdman. I'm not even sure it did end up coming out of bounds, but substitutions coming in. Munoz to pass it in for the Tornadoes. High arcing pass. Wow, what a pass. Chance up in front, and again, Logan Fultz. The freshman is looking pretty good. The Tornadoes is going to be quickly turned over back to Melendez. Melendez with it near midfield. They'll push it back to the Storm Lake side of midfield. They're playing right near the center line. And that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Sioux Center ball. This will be floated into Gonzalez. Now up ahead and kicking it out that way, and coming back with a chance is the Tornadoes. Back near midfield. Working with it is Sanchez. He passes it up ahead. Out near the top of the box. Top of the box there. It's Munoz. One chance is going to bounce out, and Tornadoes do keep it. Tornadoes just outside the box, trying to take the top of the crossbar again. And there you go. It's the equalizer of the game, as both teams have now hit one off that top crossbar. And it stays tied at 0. 26-12. To go here in the first half. Corner kick for the Tornadoes. Having said that, both Fultz and Reyes have looked good and goal. So kick its way out and the center chance locked. Defensively, Fultz again, riding out, making the save. They'll give it a boot, and now it's a foot race as it's going to take a bounce. Can Octavio keep it in bounds? He can. Now it's Octavio Marquez working with it. He's going to be away from Derek Hernandez on the defensive side. That's going to be out of bounds. This will go back to Sioux Center. Both teams have had one defended by the crossbar. Substitution comes in. Exiting will be Francisco Salas. Exiting in, and it's going to end up in the hands of Marquez. pushing it back towards midfield are the Warriors. Tornadoes are going to take it. Wow, what an individual effort there, as that was trying to chase it down was Brian Munoz. You end up pushing it all the way back, and this will go all the way back to Fultz in the right side of the box. He kind of loses the grip, and now he's just going to kick it even further backwards and out of bounds. So a tough go of it there for the Warriors. Tornadoes will take it. Ready to pass it in. Tornadoes now. This will be a chance there. Jostling for position, can't quite get it around as the Warriors are going to be able to get it out and just throw it up ahead. And now the Tornadoes back near midfield. So Hernandez will pass it up, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds. Nice job of stopping the play, Jason Erdman for the Warriors. Headed back to Tornadoes. Hernandez into the top of the box, pushing around, and that's going to be pushed too strong for anybody. And back to the Tornadoes. Hernandez passes it, and that's going to be settled by Fernando Reyes back to Hernandez. Looks like it's going to be just a little bit strong, and that's going to go out of bounds. 23-18, an entertaining first half, but still no score. This is going to be kicked to the near side flank and nearly kicked out of bounds. Right now it's going to be taken away by the Tornadoes. Here's a chance, lofting it up. It's going to go wide. And other than that, chasing it down is going to be Fultz. 22-45, first half, no score. Fairly similar first half. The last time the two teams played, it was a 1-1 tie. I'm going to try pushing ahead too strong due to the Warriors. Tornadoes take it to the center circle. Now pushing across the near side too strong. So over there was Brian Munoz. Warriors settle back 22-07. A lot of green jerseys in that particular area of the field. As it'll be pushed back to the Storm League side of midfield. And then now pushed all the way back to Reyes. We'll come out, kick, and we'll go back to the center circle and start it all again. A couple of collisions. As the headers trying to be attempted at the same time there. And a couple of other players tied in for the ball. This is back near the center circle. Here's Perez with it. We'll just get a boot. And we settle it down and we'll just take it right back to where it was found. Tornadoes on the move. Here we go. First chance for the Tornadoes on a relative run out. Jostling for position over there for the Tornadoes. There was Melendez. It'll go out of bounds and stay with the Tornadoes. This will be passed in. Turned over. Tornadoes just to the right flank of the box on the offensive third. This will be settled around Sioux Center. Having a heck of a time getting him out. Now they finally do kind of. And now the Tornadoes are going to take it right back. Now they'll push it to the right flank. Now they've got it inside the box. Trying to center it. This will be pushed out. Tornadoes. Sounds a chance here with 20-37 to go in the first half. Still no score. Corner kick. Kick for the Tornadoes. Works it into the center. Too strong for anybody, and it's going to go out of bounds the other way. Corner kick. Couldn't quite get it to work for the Tornadoes. That going around. In the box, Tornadoes right there, turns it over. That's going to be a chance in center, and instead it's just going to be kicked out of bounds. Tornadoes will keep the ball 20 minutes to go. We're halfway through the first half, and there's no score substitution coming in for the Tornadoes. Exiting will be Zeninga and Enchon. And all the way to the near side is there's going to be Hernandez in, and entering will be Sean Yang. To turn it now, the Tornadoes. So this is another good effort. Hammer towards the goal. Oh, wow, what a shot by Foltz. I don't think it would have bent in, but a nice shot nonetheless, as that was Yang. And was able to use the header, and Tornadoes on the center circle. Now push it on to the midfield side. It's the Tornado midfield side, I should say. It's there to the attacking third now. A little bit of room for the Tornadoes. Here's a shot. Foltz will make the stop. Nino Reyes, 1857. Still in the first half here. The second half will be double header. As that's going to Ninos. In the opening game, it was Sioux Center's girls beating the Tornado girls 4-1. Bullock had a hat trick, Gasink with the other, and Bullock was unofficially the assist in that as well. A little bit of a flip of the script, as for the most part, the Tornadoes. And on the offensive, teams have hit one off the crossbar. This will be settled back. Look out, here's trouble. Boy, a nice job. No, not a nice job. It's going to be a save, so he did a nice job. Joshua Reyes. Right there was Octavio Marquez. And a follow-up chance after the ball was lost. Vision there. It's going to go right near the boundary on the far side. All into the attacking third come the Warriors. Reyes comes out. He better get it. It's scooped. And a lot of confidence from the goalie there. Reyes racing out and making the save. Oh, he was getting turned over near the center circle. And they'll push it up ahead is Perez. Getting behind the defense. Shoots on the partial connection. Rebound! Oh, Reyes gets help from the defenseman, and that thing was earmarked for a goal, and the Tornadoes managed to avoid giving up the goal right there. Job by the defenseman for the Tornadoes. Now run up and kick it out to center. Actually, that's going to be able to get behind the other way. Now a fast break into the other way. That's going to be turned, and not going to be anybody back there to center it. It's just kind of sat there on the end of the box. Now it's the Warriors headed back the other way. Warriors push it as they're going to find Octavio Marquez. Now it's going to be a foot race the other way, and Tornado's going to be able to settle that one down as turning around in a nice job defensively as that's Sean Yang. Now it's going to be put. Risky centering chance. That's going to be into the left side of the box. Tornadoes can't quite get it out, and now they do. They will get it back out to the center circle at least. A little bit of a miss kick takes a roll for the Tornadoes. There we go. There's not rain down there, and there is going to be. Let's see. That is indeed a push against the Tornadoes. Official making sure we have the right spot mark. 15:45. Tornadoes will get a chance to advance it here as Hernandez will be the one to do it. Just outside the left flank. Now the run up. He's going to arc it up towards the front of the goal. Wants to go out loose, and it's going to go wide. Chance was there again. And the Tornadoes just can't quite get it to go. And both goalies, Foltz and Reyes, certainly do not lack the confidence. As Foltz was, well, it took a bounce behind it. Substitutions for the Warriors. Lopez exits and Ruiz enters. push it up ahead, and immediately it goes out of bounds. Tornadoes have it. It'll be settled. Into the right flank now. Here's the Tornadoes running momentum. Puts up a chance. Tries to both sets of defensemen are working hard. Now the Tornadoes at the top of the box off a deflection. That's going to go wide. And we'll see what stays with it is Tornadoes. There's quite a chance he's there again. Tornadoes wasting no time passing it in. This will go out to the right or left wing side, I should say. And it's a substitution coming in for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes will be passing it in with Derek Hernandez. 14 minutes to go in the half. Both teams have had pretty good chances. And it's been a pretty good battle here to start the match. For these teams' opener, first game both of them have played since 2019. Kind of weird to say that, as COVID took the entirety of last season. Somebody passed around, settling it out near the Storm Lake side of the center circle. Now they try to work it to the right flank, and working hard over there is going to be Fernando Reyes. 20 to go. There's Sanchez to make the pass. And up and the kick. Out comes Holtz. And he makes that relatively uneventful as he comes out, catches it, and now rolls it to his teammate. Now they'll push it out to center. A little bit since we've seen the Warriors have a strong push, but there's right there, and that's going to be a good battle there. And we saw some frustration after taking a tumble. Tornadoes will kick it from their side of the center circle. Open a half to go here in the half. Still no score. Tornadoes trying to change that right now. They'll turn it around as that's going to be kicked back out. But right there, collected is Martinez. Martinez turning around on the right flank, trying to push it to the right wing side. This will be coming back out. And the Warriors, boy, they had a good chance. They have a 5-on-4 pushing the other way, and here we go. Here come the Warriors, and Yang from behind, making it hard. That's great jostling for position. Good battle between Yang and Perez. Corner kick coming. It's going to be Joshua Perez. From the corner.
Uh-oh, the rain's here.
Looks like we are starting to see some of our first rains here in Storm Lake. I'll push it back out. Tornadoes. Trying to push, so that's going to be skipped again. Now they're going to just turn and throw it down there. Reyes scoops. Interesting to see if this little bit of rain we're getting here has any effect on what happens. And here come the Tornadoes. Rushing it. Reyes is just fine, trying to center it up over to his teammate Morales. Couldn't quite get it done. As that was Reyes. Here are the Tornadoes with it again. 10:40 to go. First half, no score, and handball will send it back the other way. No score, 10.5 to go here in the first half. Substitutions coming in from both sides momentarily. Final from the girls' game, Sioux Center 1-1. It'll be the Warriors to eventually pass it in. And now they will do just that out towards midfield and will be pushed towards the center circle. Tornadoes Now able to control it right near the center line. Warriors kicking back right at the center line. And now a foot race going back the other way. Out comes Reyes. He better be sure he's got it, and he does. As that was some dangerous territory as he had a Warrior running right at him. So now they will try to settle it back, and this will go on bounds. Over there in the general area is Roberto Lopez. 9:20 to go. Still no score here in the first half. Lights are on here at Tornado Field. A little bit of rain. Wasn't out of the question when we first kicked things off. And the Tornadoes again, trying to get things going. They're back near the center circle, but this will be kicked out of bounds. It will actually stay with the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes now. This will be passed up. Coming around is Munoz. This will settle itself back to Sanchez. And it will be right at the line of the middle and attacking third. Tornadoes win the momentary battle, and that's going to be kicked back out. Kind of dies though. There might be a little bit of wind out there too. So that could sort of a little bit of the girls' game. Tornadoes. Begins to come down here in the storm. No score, and we're down to the final 8 minutes of the first half. They push it back out towards the center circle. Tornadoes have done a good job moving around. That's going to be Lopez with it. Foot race in the corner, and that's going to be around by the Warriors. Off the high arcing angle and out of bounds. It will to the Warriors.
Okay, I have to be quiet because there's actually a radio program going on.
Tornadoes now.
Roberto has the ball.
Kicked around near the center, and this will be coming over.
And that's what's coming
The
up.
foot race to get over there is the Tornadoes will aim towards the sideline, and if nothing else, gives the defense a chance to regroup.
It's starting turning really
You
good.
start to see it's really starting to come down out there. As the Tornadoes now, this is going to be back in the middle, now pushed out towards midfield.
Logan's first time in the
Warriors now will see who can play in the right back.
opening game.
Maybe a little bit of a weather equalizer here.
This is exactly what it was
2019
5
was
years ago.
2 seasons ago, equalizer as well. This matchup last year was a one-goal game as well.
A little different game than it was 5 years ago.
Here in the first half, this will be pushed out towards center circle. Slowing it back is the Warriors. Splits with it, he'll push it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez now centers. Here's a shot that's going to go
That
wide.
was Colin.
And the shot line, 6:20 to go. Tornadoes and Warriors tied at 0. Rain currently here in Storm Lake. Temperature of 72. Pretty nice day, and this is ahead of what's scheduled anyway. Several days of rain here for gets the goal. The Tornadoes are on the scoreboard. It's raining, and the Warriors will walk out near the midfield and defensive third for them. Let's see what the answer is here for the Warriors. Munoz scores on
1-0. 6 minutes left in the half. Warriors are down by 1.
This is going to be pushed. There's another chance. Right away, another chance as Leon just kind of threw it down there. Just kind of kicked it down there to see what would happen. Another nice save from Holtz. Holtz has certainly played well, as in Reyes. Goalies have looked solid. 5.5 to go here in the first. Tornadoes up by 1. Corner kick. And that's going to be lost.
Get out of there.
Too strong, but Tornadoes have another chance with it. There's Yang, and there's going to be a whistle, and we will see which way this points. And it does not look like it's in favor of the Tornadoes. Tornadoes 1-0 with 5 minutes to go here in the first. Run up and kick. On that way, and Taylor is settled down for the moment anyway. That was Lopez. And push it back and forth, and Tornadoes on the move. And a stoppage again. It's going to go the way of the Warriors. 4.5 to go first half. Ready to kick, it'll be Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the run up. He's just going to try and go for a straight up goal. Wow, a header right for the deflection! Oh, he got just enough of it. Now they're going to have to turn around and block the defenseman up front, and that's going to be pushed back out towards center. Pushed back out towards the center circle, and boy, Reyes slid in the perfect spot to make a different one. Now they're going to throw it at the end. Now it's a foot race. Going down there. Tornadoes with another chance. And it's out of bounds. Shouldn't have it as good after. Only coming down there with another fast break. Fernando Reyes.
You're going to have to get your own ball.
3:33. Tornadoes up by 1. And I believe you're going to see a corner kick here. Going over with it now is Orpez. Orpez, he'll run up. Centering chance, a goalie lost. It'll come back out to the right wing side. Tornadoes with it as the players falling down. It's pushing it back towards the boundary. They're going to say it goes off of the Tornadoes. So it'll go back to Sioux Center. Reyes looks good in goal, no question about it. And really, so is Fultz.
2 minutes.
Munoz on the fast break for him has been the goal. Now he's back at 6-1. This will be pushed up ahead, and the Tornadoes will settle it down in the defensive third. And I think he just slipped. The Tornado looked like he just kind of slipped over. Whereas the rain seems to have at least slowed down. Probably not stopped, but slowed down just enough to make the grass a little slick. Let's see if how much of an effect that has. And now they're going to push it up, coming over in this area.
Good follow that, buddy. Good job.
Fultz with a heck of a save. He's going to give it a shot. And that's going to be immediately given back to the Tornadoes and kicked down there for Fultz to watch it go out of bounds. We'll go ahead and throw it back towards his own goal. This is a dangerous play from Fultz, but it works out for the Warriors. Tornadoes up by 1. They'll push it up ahead. Out comes Reyes. A long ways out. And this player kicks it away from him. So now Reyes has to haul it back to the goal, which he does. Now a centering chance at the top of the box. Turn, shoot, Reyes goes down the knees. Hands on the hips now. On a light nudge as the Tornadoes. Reyes picks it up and will walk out. 1:13 to go. 1-0. Tornadoes lead. This will be lofted back out towards center, and that's going to go into the Tornado attacking third. Or will this be kicked out of bounds? Final minute. Tornadoes looking to add to their lead. Brian Munoz has the single goal of the matchup so far.
I just got your text. I'm trying not to
They
laugh.
come back over, trying to look for a position, and this is going to be the Tornado. Here we go. Might stick the landing down there and slow to get up after what might have been an awkward landing for the Tornado. believe that's getting down there. The upper landing, that's going to be deflected right back. Tornadoes able to keep it on the attacking third. Just outside the top of the box, right away. Way high. Good hustle by the goalie right now. He can give himself and his team a chance. 17 seconds to go. Fultz is going to go chase her down and see if he kicks it or if we just go to half. 10 seconds. Fultz taking his time. Everybody looking at each other. He fakes it. Now we'll give a short nudge. 5 seconds. Gang right there, and that will send us to the half. Tornadoes play well in the first half, and they will lead 1-0. Brian Munoz with the goal at 6:01 to go in the first. With the goal, and we're already underway. Second half, it is the Tornadoes stepping down. A little bit of a slip and slide on the left wing side there. This will come back to center, and this will be pushed around, putting the moves on. It's like 5-on-1, and the Tornadoes still able to get that movement down there. 39-30. Just starting here into the second half.
Okay.
Chance here for Tornadoes. Here's Munoz. He's the one lining up to take the kick here. Just outside the box. Lines it up. Strong kick deflected up into the air, and that just kind of killed it, but it's going to die inside the box, rolling to the side, and making the save is Fultz. Just play from Fultz. He'll walk it out to the end of the box and give it a kick. And a strong kick for that matter. It's going to go straight out of bounds. Tornadoes will get it back. 38-30 to go. Tornadoes up by 1. So we kicked around and now trying to push it back. So this is going to be the Warriors with it. Trying to get a centering chance, and it will be a whistle. Centering chance, and it's going to be for Dennis over to try to make a play on it. Instead, it will be Valentin Sanchez to give a kick back. 37:50 to go here in the match. Tornadoes lead by 1, just starting the second half. They spin her up into the air as that's going to be settled by the Warriors. Now they'll push it into the attacking third just to get them right back to the Tornadoes. They'll spin around and they'll kick it out of bounds into midfield. It'll be trying to figure out where to throw it in. We'll go right back to Ruiz. Ruiz settles it back. That basically went out of bounds and it did. Tornadoes kick it out. There to Melendez, who kicked it out. I'm going to try to push it up ahead. And Warriors doing a good job keeping it in bounds. Dennis over now as that's going to go off of a Tornado. 8 versus 8 and a push. That's going to be Sanchez. You can see the arm extension. Now it will be seemingly lining up the kick as it's going to be Miguel Gonzalez. And they will trade that duty at the last second and instead Oscar Marquez. So Marquez going to run up. We'll kick it right through the middle and save. So they're on the backside for the Tornadoes. Up into the air, it's going to roll them off of the Tornadoes, but settling it back is going to be Melendez. Maybe pushing up ahead, the Warriors have been on the attack more often than not here to start the second half. Those Pushing up ahead, sneaking out. It's going to be Fultz. He'll make the catch, stop it, and quickly roll it out to the right flank. Kicked out of bounds. So it will be the Warriors 35-20 to go here in the match. Tornadoes up by 1. Usually a matchup between these two, I just thought it was goal, at least in recent years. Before that, it was a series Tornadoes dominated 15-1 in 2 games in 2015. They outscored the Warriors a combined 28-1. 15-1 in the latter game and 13-0 in the first match. Tornadoes settle back near the center circle. Warriors trying to keep her down, and that's going to head towards the right wing side. That's going to be turned over. Tornadoes with it right near midfield, and now it's almost a run out. That's going to be nearly a sliding stop. Now they're going to push it. That's going to be just kicked out of bounds. Great play defensively right there by Perez. Just don't get fancy with it. Just kick it out of bounds. Yourself defensive chance to reset. And ready to pass it in is going to be Martinez. Those long walk over between rain showers here in Storm Lake. Now it will be the run up by Orteza, but that's going to go up into the air. Fultz makes a nice catch. With a settle under it, Fultz gives it a boot, and wow, that's going to take an impressive roll. He's going to settle, and that's going to be kicked. Racing down there was again. He's starting to pick up a little bit here in Storm Lake again. Second half of this one, 33-08. Tornadoes up by 1. We'll push it back and it's turned over. And here comes the race to the ball. Warriors will push it too far ahead. Collision with the goalie. That is basically tackling the goalie once he has the ball. Tornadoes. The stop. Coming up on Friday, we'll have here on Storm Lake Radio the boys game against Fort Dodge. Warriors and Tornadoes doing battle now. It'll be both of these teams in action Thursday against Humboldt. Boys are on the road. And girls at home. Be kicked up into the air, settled down. Here come the Warriors. They're going to push it back towards the center circle. Tornadoes along to their half of the midfield. Now we'll push it up ahead to the Warriors side. And battle back and forth. Good battle between these two teams. 1-0. Both teams have had one hit the top crossbar. And both teams have had what looked to be a surefire goal taken away by good defensemen and good goalie play. So this will push back out towards the goalie. Settles it and slows things down before picking it up as Dennis. Kick high arc. A bit of a missed header, but he'll get the job done. Turning around, Tornadoes have a chance collision. It's a 4-on-1. Somehow a green jersey's going to end up with it momentarily as it's pushed back out to center. Sanchez out there at center. The two of them doing battle. It's going to be between Sanchez and Lopez. substitution coming in for the Tornadoes. 30 minutes, 40 seconds here in this opening matchup for the Tornadoes. Throwing in on the right flank. And settling down, doing a good job of doing so. There's about 3 white jerseys standing around him. And yet Reyes able to play. Now a move looking to the top of the box on the right side. Sliding around. Fultz comes out. Crashes down and does indeed get the save. Fultz is going to waste no time getting rid of the ball either. Tornadoes push it back on the Warriors side in midfield momentarily. Now they'll try to settle it down, see if they can do just that. They kind of can, as that's going to come off of a deflection and back over to the Warriors. Warriors now pushing up the right flank as they're into the offensive side, trying to push a centering pass, and nothing doing. A little bit of contact between the two of them on the defensive side of things, between Martinez and Cardenas. That's going to go right through the legs and out of bounds. Cisco Salas was the intended target of the pass. Tornadoes would like a little bit of an insurance goal, although from what I've said, and that's, we'll see what they do with that, is there was one of the legs right to the south. That's going to roll towards the goal, and maybe if it's to the south and that storm's not moving this way, they'll let it place and come down to the final 29. Otherwise, you're looking at a half-hour lightning delay every time you see one. We'll see what happens here. Under 29 to go. Pause here as Warriors get ready to pass it back in. 29-38 to go. 1-0. Very good matchup between these two, as that's going to be Salas trying to put it in, trying to push it to the center, nothing doing. Tornadoes keep it moving. They'll push it back out to center. Tornado is right there, is going to be Zaninga. Go with it. She's back out is the Warriors now. And they do a good battle here as the Warriors. Both teams have played well. They're on the wrong side of the scoreboard for the Tornadoes. They play well and are on the right side of the scoreboard. 27:50 to go. Warriors and Tornadoes here on StormLakeRadio.com. We're on the live stream. Talking about a little earlier on, in between rain showers. See if anything builds in between as it's rained off and on. Now back, here come the Warriors. They got it in their midfield. They're just going to give it a kick down. Now a foot race is, again, defensively, things have looked pretty solid for the Tornadoes. And this time it was Brian Martinez down there, guarding Ernesto Cardenas. Shot. And a last save! And over, and they got rid of it. What a save on the front, and that's going to go out of bounds, I believe. It's going to be Sioux Center, but boy, what an effort up front. Didn't let it come in. Went for the dive, made the stop. This is a lot of bounds. Tornadoes, Warriors, you can kind of feel playing with a sense of urgency as they're down to the final 26. That's going to pop up. Risky play. And a nice header to keep it back. Give your goalie a chance to get back, and that's going to be right from that bounds. Back to Sioux Center. Back and forth we go. The only goal is Brian Munoz's goal with 6:01 to go in the first half. And to push it through. That's going to go off a partial deflection. 6 minutes to go.
Oh, that one was pretty dangerous. Or bright, one or the other.
Officials now. Goalie substitution. Looks like Reyes is on his way back in. might have had a tough landing there with that part. So 25-40 to go. And you would expect, officials are doing their best to get through this as lightning strikes are still to the east. So you would expect that what we're seeing is beyond storm length. So hope for that as we're down to the final 25-20. They'll push it ahead. Here's a chance for the Warriors. Their best looking chance. Way to slam to next to storm. Out in front of the goal box. Reyes next to stop again. Charging Cardenas. And he can't quite get her done. Reyes gets it back out to midfield. Warriors going to make sure things stay on the attacking half. Cardenas right there. He'll try to make a move. Tornadoes, and Cardenas stopped like he thought it was out of bounds, but it wasn't. Tornadoes able to get it near midfield. We're moving around. This will be kicked towards the boundary. We'll see if it'll get there. It will, but it'll be off of the Tornadoes. Battle between these two as 24-22 to go. Tornadoes, the Warriors have been on the offensive, but the Tornadoes' defense has withstood the challenge so far. Tornadoes have had about half as much on the Warrior end as the Warriors have had on the Tornadoes' defensive third. Push ahead, a little bit of room. We'll see what the Tornadoes are able to do with it. This will be pushed over now, just kind of lofted up into the air and settled down. In midfield, pushes it across. Oh, a nice pass off of the air, and that's going to go out of bounds. Going to deflect off of the Tornadoes. It did not. 23-34. Tornadoes. With Brian Martinez, he'll pass it in, and he is shaken up there. It was a cramp of some variety. Able to stay out there, but you can tell something's not quite right out there throwing. That would be the Warriors. Some whistles as substitutions tried to come in prematurely, but they are ushered back away. Marquez with the run-up, high angle. Reyes comes out. There's a lot of white jerseys. Turns around, shot goes by. Living dangerously. Reyes came out. There was about 4 white jerseys right out in front of the box, in the goal box, I should say, and he was fortunate that missed. 22-22 to go. 1-0. Storm Lake leads Sioux Center. High kick up into the air. This is going to take a bounce and head towards the boundary. Storm Lake's able to keep it in and then get the benefit of it going off of Storm Lake, I guess. Boy, from this angle, it looks like it might have bounced off of the Warriors. No. Marquez with it. He'll pass it up ahead. Reyes comes out and makes the stop. Doesn't waste any time getting out there. Reyes gives it a boot out towards the center circle. Tornadoes trying to see if they can pad this lead. They're up 1-0. And that's going to get stopped. 21-30 to go in this one. They'll try to push it up ahead, do the Warriors. Behind the tunnel. Boy, a couple of Tornadoes take a tumble, and that's going to head towards the boundary. Reyes racing over. He will indeed get over and make the stop. Lines up, gives it a kick. It'll take a bounce, a friendly bounce for the Tornadoes, and a whiff by the Warriors. This is going to get interesting, and there will be perhaps an offside. About halfway through the second half of this match, opening match for both teams here between the Warriors and the Tornadoes. And Reed is coming up gimpy again. And that is going to be another tough landing for Brian Martinez. He's down in the yellow has been given, I believe, to Martinez in the process.
Why do they get yellow cards?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I believe, so he's still down. I'm wondering if that's a cramp. Martinez is down, and to add insult to all that, he got a yellow card in the process. So, and you could tell a couple of few minutes back after the throw in from the boundary that he wasn't quite right. He just got too airborne. 2020. Here in this one. 1-0 Tornadoes. The Warriors won the girls' game 4-1. Bullock had 3 goals, Gasink had 1, and Bullock unofficially had an assist on that. Rodriguez scored the goal for the Tornadoes. So far in this one, 1 goal, it's Brian Munoz. In between spurts of rain as a couple of different downpours happened during the boys' game.